If you've lost your drive or your motivation, you are not alone. If you get past that 40 mark and you find that you're just not sure of what the point is of getting out of bed each day, or you're just bored, like, there are some big factors that are going on there underneath the scenes that you might not be aware of. Once you kind of have some idea, then you can do something about it, because a lot of the time it's just a bit of a shift in thinking, might be a bit of a shift in habits. Change that up, everything else changes. So first of all, you got to audit the situation, figure out what's actually causing the problem. Is it hormonal? Is it your body sending you signals saying something's not quite right? Or could it be a stress-based thing? Could it be that work has just gotten so heavy that you can't switch off from it anymore? Whatever it is, once you address that, you find that everything changes really, really quickly. A lot of the time you'll find it's a combination of both the physical side of things and the stress component, but it can be a little bit deeper. So it just take a bit of time to just reflect on what's going on with your body. Maybe it's time that you need to go and get a checkup from your doctor or your GP. You'll see what's going on there, just to make sure that all your hormones are still in good levels, that your health is at a good place, because once that drops, it can really kill your motivation, your drive very, very quickly. And audit your work life. What's your work life like? The other side of it is, what about your social life? Maybe you don't have a social life anymore, and that could be one of the things that's just killing you. A slow and quiet death where you just have no real reason to want to leave the couch because there's really nothing going on. I like to think of it, a lot of the time we just get bored. So that kind of moves me on to the next thing, which is, do you actually know what your purpose is? Is there a clearly defined purpose in your life that you are working towards? Or are you just sort of going through with the same things that you have been doing for years, and now you're at a point where you're not sure if you really want to keep doing that anymore? In my 12-week program, we go through in a lot of detail to try and find out where your purpose is, where your mission is in life, what you actually want to be doing with your life. What's the point of it all? So there are two very specific areas, and a third one that'll relate back to that as well. So the first one is your spiritual life, your connection to nature, your connection to God, your connection to yourself, like whether you feel like you are doing the things that you want to be doing with the amount of time that you've got left on Earth. Then you've got the side of it which comes into your job, your career, and your mission is like, is your job actually bringing you towards the things that you want to be doing? If you've only got 20, 30 years left of work life, do you really want to keep doing that thing? If you've already accumulated enough wealth, and while you were doing so, you were doing that at the expense of doing the thing that you really wanted to do, could that be playing a factor in it? A lot of the time the answer is yes. So re-establishing your work purpose, what you're going to do with the majority of your time, makes a huge difference. So the other side of it is your social life, and that could be your relationship with your immediate circle, like your inner circle, your immediate family, close friends. Or it could be the fact that you need to expand your social circle and meet some new people and get connected. Find your tribe, find your people again, so that you can actually feel like you are part of something and you have something to look forward to each week. So that actually goes through, we go through that in 5 different areas in my program. 5 different areas that come back to that same thing. And that is really being able to find where your purpose lies, what you're doing with your time, and if it's what you really want to be doing. Why do we have to go through 5 different areas to find that? Because sometimes it's buried under all sorts of old habits. It gets buried under the monotony of doing the same thing day in and day out. And frankly, you need a slap in the face to be able to wake up from the sleep that has left you not even being able to notice what any of these things do, what or how they are affecting you. When you have purpose, when you're living what you want to do, like living your mission, you'll find it so much easier to be able to get out of bed because you're actually excited. I just got to do my laces up. If you're not excited to get out of bed, there's something wrong. Like there is something that is just holding you back, and you have to fight that every single day. If you can get that purpose, then you no longer have to fight that. It's easy to get out of bed. Like this morning I was awake fairly early. I went to bed really early last night because I just wiped out from a party over the weekend. But I woke up this morning. I do personal training with one client that I've been working with for almost 6 years. Him and 2 of his boys, sometimes it's 3 of his boys, sometimes it's with his wife as well. But I'm excited about rocking up to be able to go and hang out with them. And I say hang out because after so many years, it's family. It is more than just work. We joke around, we have a laugh, we watch the NBA and the finals are on at the moment, so that's engaging. The boys are growing up, and as they get older, they're getting stronger, they're changing, their personalities change, everything changes. It's completely fulfilling in so many different ways. And you know, the fun and games of having birthdays and different events and stuff to talk about, being able to have quality conversations with the boys, with the guy that I work with, there's a huge amount of satisfaction in there. On top of that, I've got my camera gear in the car ready to go so I can come out and do this straight away. And I'm excited about doing this. I'm excited about talking about these things. This is my mission. This is what I do with my life. I've also been chatting to people, like messages going on early. It's not quite 7:30 in the morning and I've already been in touch with a bunch of different people because I'm excited about life. I'm excited about connecting with these people. It's taken a lot of years for me to get to the point where I know what the mission is and I know who my people are. I found my tribe. I'm able to connect. I've built up enough social skills that I can actually build relationships with people. And as I build the relationships, I can also foster them building relationships, so it broadens the circle. And yeah, that gives me a lot of fulfillment out of life. So again, you find your purpose, you get excited for life. Look, I just got carried away talking to you guys just because that's what it's like when you get your purpose back, but it takes a while. So another issue that people have is too much dopamine. You are feeding your brain with constant stimulation, and it's low quality stimulation. What that means is it's really just a distraction. It's a distraction because you are probably bored as hell with your life and you need something to be able to give you some sort of a hit in order to just keep on going, in order to get through the day. If that's the case and you're leaning on dopamine, you're leaning on these bad habits, these habits that just don't equate to anything, they're not bringing you anywhere, that's no good, and they are highly, highly addictive. So I don't know about you, but I get a notification each week about how much screen time I've averaged, and I've been watching that screen time increase lately. Now, some of that has to do with the fact that I am using my phone as a camera. Some of that has to do with the fact that I am engaging more on social media as I am running events and meeting more people, communicating with more people. And that's fine, but I still find that I get dragged in to looking at my phone far too often. And one of the things that I'm going to be doing is implementing a time strategy for when I can actually go on social media and when I stay off it. Because it's really easy to get dragged into the trap. It takes a huge amount of discipline. But the point here is that distraction, it's just a distraction. You may not have something that is important enough or exciting enough to be able to make you want to focus on that. So if you can implement some of these changes that I've suggested, find out what it is that excites you and what it is that bores you. Look at your physical health and see where that's at. Look at your job, your business, and see if that is still fulfilling to you. And then looking at your social circles and seeing if that's fulfilling to you. And if you can do something about those things and get them to the optimized point, then you're less likely to have to rely on the dopamine hits to be able to get you through, because you'll start to get your excitement back. See, motivation, it's talked about like it's something that should be there all the time. In ways it kind of is, and in other ways it can be just having enough energy to be able to follow through on the things you want to do. That's what I think it is more than anything. If you don't have the energy to do it, you're going to feel like you're unmotivated. But a lot of the time you're just plain tired, exhausted. You have run out of steam. You don't have the capacity to deal with people anymore. You don't have the capacity to go out and do whatever that activity is, because your energy is way too low. When you were younger, let's say in your teenage years, maybe early 20s, you were probably far more yes to everything because you were excited about going and doing these things. But on top of that, you had the energy to be able to back it up. You could actually go and do that. Where's your energy at? Can you rate your energy out of 10? If your energy is low, as in a 7 or below, you are probably on that low side of energy, and that's probably why your motivation is not there. So it's time to do something about that. Now, I have a instant vitality audit that you can do. 7 questions to be able to see where you're at in terms of your energy, if you actually have enough energy going on. And if not, well, that's something that you really need to address right away. So I've also got a free 14-day energy upgrade, which you can plug into your life in 10 to 15 minutes a day. After 2 or 3 days, you're going to notice a difference. After a week, you're going to feel better than you have in a long time. And after a couple of weeks, you'll be absolutely hooked and looking for more. So I really encourage you to go and grab that. Just check in the comment section and you can pick that up and get started, because I know that once you get your energy up, you'll find it so much easier. Now, if you manage to pick your energy up and you still find that motivation, that drive just isn't there, then maybe it's time to consider coming and jumping into the 12-week program and finding out what you really need in terms of your purpose, what you really want out of life. Find that life changes dramatically and it gets way more enjoyable very, very quickly. Jump on in, grab those things. We'll talk again soon.